It's about a country whose people are suffering in their third year of war. And it's almost total war. It's as much total war as we've got in the modern age. And
But that's not. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. I'm not saying the Ukrainian people were fighting because they wanted to keep their country. People don't very much like being invaded by foreign countries. I understand that completely, and I've also always said throughout this whole thing that is their right. They have a right to do that. We as Americans have a right to, have an opinion on whether our government ought to be funding and arming the thing. But all I'm saying is that I'm not making an appeal to authority here. I'm just saying that you have the top people in the Russian government all unanimously saying, like, this is our red line. You keep flirting with NATO expansion into Ukraine. And then you have all the people at the top of NATO and at the top of the U.S. government admitting it too.
Well,
and going like, this
would...
is the whole beef. So why is it like these two things aren't mutually exclusive?
No, they aren't. But, I mean, they weren't going to expand NATO to Ukraine.
Well, they kept flirting with it, and this.
No, the Ukrainians wanted membership, and it was very unwise whenever anyone from the rest of the West even flirted with it.
Didn't Kamala Harris openly say that NATO was going to join you?
Yeah, shortly before the war.
Ukraine was going to join NATO?
Yeah, I never saw her as the Kissinger of our era.
Which I agreed. Now there's some area of agreement,
That's
Douglas,
Tim
that
Walz.
we can come.
He's the Kissinger.
He's the guy for that.
Well, obviously, that guy's the future. But it is still the vice president of the United States of America, and it's not just
again. That's not why Putin invaded. But
well,
I mean,
you can
he
assert
invaded.
that.
He invaded because of the thing he's dreamt of since falling down of the Soviet Union.
Do you know how he dreams?
We know a lot from what he's said and what he's done since the fall of the Soviet Union and his statements, certainly very early on in his presidency.
Right, but if he does have a red line and you violate that red line, is that because he's following his dreams, or it's because
his dream is, as he's said many times, is the reconstitution of the Soviet Union's